Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Video Game Collectors Podcast. I'm Matt Rose.
I'm Josh. This is the daytime edition. Wonderful afternoon, lunchtime. So
So what are we going over today, Josh?
I think we should touch briefly on just the couple things. WATA released their pop reports for a lot of the earlier systems. Still no Atari, unfortunately.
Let me share that real quick.
Yeah. We got NES updated, Super Nintendo, N64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and Sega Genesis. No Master System, unfortunately. And there you go. Virtual Boy, Sega CD, Dreamcast, Genesis, Saturn, and TurboGrafx 16. Overall initial reactions is people are like, wow, there's not very many Pokemon games graded, right? Like those are the things that people were like, I'm surprised about that. But then you hear in other collecting groups on Facebook or anywhere else, and people are like, yeah, we knew the games were rare. For the most part, I feel like, yeah, there you go. Nah, go back one.
Sorry, I did Game Boy.
Oh, well, no, that'd be perfect. You do Pokemon Red, but you can't type the accent in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So just do POAK. There you go. As you can see, there are 152 blue, 153 red, and that's across variants. You break that down further, I should say, not farther. 9.0 and above, it's significantly less copies, so not a lot. Sure. Yellow, 194 across 3 variants as well.
First popular of a game as that is, that's not a lot for the demand anyway.
Right. And I think people were expecting there to be like 1,000 graded Pokemons, and looks like there's 150 or so.
Yep.
Yeah, and who's to say, this topic of conversation has come up among other people as well. Who's to say that things haven't been cracked out and regraded, say with VGA, or just cracked out and resubmitted to WATA? That is data that is missing, right? Like eventually, hopefully there's some sort of label exchange program where if you crack a game, you send a label in or something, I don't know, to track that data. Because I do know that companies like WATA or Beckett or CGC or PSA, they don't want inaccurate data on their pop reports, on their censuses, right? So they want to make sure it stays fluid and relevant. So if a game gets cracked out, they probably want to take it off of their information, because that game doesn't exist in a holder that says 9.2 anymore. So if you have cracked any out, post them up, I guess, share them in the comments. But I think it's important that they know, maybe email them, because they'll probably remove the game if it's not in a WATA holder anymore. Yeah, but not very many games in general. And bear in mind, it is sealed. Everybody gets like, oh, well, there's only 100 whatever Action 1 comics, and there's only whatever sealed Mario hang tabs, right? Like, they're two different things. Sealed condition is one thing, a physical copy of one thing is another. So we're talking about 2 aspects in video games and 1 aspect in comic books, and something in regards to that. So yeah, there are a shit ton of CIBs for Mario, but there are not a shit ton of really nice CIBs or sealed ones. So I get trying to draw comparisons, but I think it's really a great idea to get away from that and just seeing video games for what they are. Because I've never took them and compared them to any other collectible before getting hot and heavy and grading. And I just took them for what they were. And I hope people continue to do that, because we might see case packs here and there, and we might think a game is really super common, but we don't know how that game's been treated over the years and where it exists in its current state and condition, or actually how many there really were, right?
I've never actually looked at some of this. I've looked at bonks before because I thought there was just a ton of them, but I've never broken them down by the variants. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Holy crap.
Makes you glad that you sold all 3 of yours, right, Matt? Just kidding.
I have all of them. I don't even think I've sold one yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of really what we wanted to touch on there. I think. I don't know if you have anything to add, Matt, with the population.
I mean, I remember when people were talking about population reports, complaining about them not being out, yada, yada, yada. And I remember VGA coming out saying that they were going to release pop reports as well. I honestly don't know if anything's come about there. Do you know?
Yeah, they haven't released anything. I know that.
Okay. Well,
I'm not clamoring at the bit for it, but if they do, I think it's still good data, because I do know that there are some hang tab games that have been cracked from WATA holders and crossed back over to VGA. And so
really,
that does a disservice when you go into a game like Ice Climber. I don't know if that's the game in particular. That's not the game in particular, but say you go into that game, and let's look at that real quick and see the extreme rarity on, say, a hang tab Ice Climber.
Is it not?
No, there's just a bunch of ICE games. So WATA has graded two matte stickers and 3 hang tabs on Ice Climber. So say, for instance, one of these hang tabs gets cracked out of the case, it should be removed from the WATA population report.
Yeah. And so basically you're saying,
I hope they do that, because I want the data to be accurate, because it does a disservice, like I was saying, to the rarity of the condition of the game.
Sure.
So not that I give a shit about which holder it's in. The game itself is just a rare fucking game.
So you're saying VGA and WATA should communicate with each other when they do that?
I don't think they should communicate with each other, though, but it's up to the company to communicate. You know, if they crack a game out, like if VGA is getting a game and they're cracking it out of a WATA holder.
Oh, that they know that they do
yeah,
some
like,
kind of like
put a press release out, or here's a backlog of our information, or if WATA does it and they crack it out of VGA holders, say we crack these out of these VGA holders, and here's what they graded.
Okay, I see.
That would be really great.
So just do it on their end, not necessarily communicate.
Yeah, they don't have to share. I mean, they're competitors. They can do what they want. Maybe they should share. I don't know.
Whatever.
They're all gonna flex nuts.
I'll tell you what. Me personally, looking through these, cardboard wise, any cardboard type style game, I knew that there weren't a lot, but it just opens my eyes. You know, obviously that doesn't mean just because of this that's all there is, because people be sitting on them and not want to grade them at all, obviously.
Right.
But
like,
for the most part, looking at this, I'm just like, yeah, they're really, when it comes to cardboard style games, there really are not a lot to meet a demanding market. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, and what is that demanding market? Is it collectors? Is it investors? For me, it's collecting games right now. I mean, I'm buying just rare sealed Super Nintendo games. I enjoy it. Not that it's the highest grade or the nicest copy, but Jesus, only 84 of those and 50 of Player's Choice. That's ridiculous. Mario World.
It's actually more than I thought, because this game's always been notoriously hard to find.
Yeah, I think it falls within that Tetris Game Boy category, where we have this perception of extreme rarity, but when people get them and they're sealed, they're graded, right? They take them and they grade them.
27.
Yeah, look at there's 7 Player's Choices on that.
So basically nullifying that 20. There's 20.
Yeah, I'm glad I sold my 9 too. I wish I had that still. I love the Game Boy, man.
You were in the top 10.
It was a nice copy.
Yeah. Oh well.
It would have been nicer. It had like little, like through the vent hole, it had like a little stain on the front. It was strange, but other than that, it was like beautiful copy.
Yeah, it's a doorstop.
Okay.
All right.
We covered that. It's behind us. Apparently WATA is going to try to keep it up to date. Let's see how that goes. And I'm gonna complain about him. I'm not, actually, because I don't really give a fuck. All right, so we got heritage signatures starting.
Here, 1 sec. Just let me pause this for 1 sec. Let's just go dead silent. My cat is just crying. I gotta either close the door or let her out, one of the two.
Okay,
so,
I can't hear it, but go for it. While Matt's away, we're just gonna keep talking. I hope he leaves this in. Yeah, so video games, pretty cool. I heard the cat that time. So we got video games going in heritage. A lot of great stuff. Hang tabs, Castlevanias, games your mom played, games I played with Matt's mom, all sorts of good stuff. Yeah. Don't worry, Matt. You don't have to edit it.
What?
You don't have to edit it. I just kept talking.
Oh, you did?
No, you can just listen to it later.
Okay, as long as you can't hear the cat, but I can hear her, so I'm just like, holy crap.
I heard the cat and I heard you say, oh my gosh, something in the background. But,
Jesus.
okay. Hard start. Okay. So we got heritage auction signatures that are going tomorrow. They've been running for the better part of 30 days, 22 days or whatever, however long they do it. The live auction starts tomorrow, and that's the live bidding when people bid, and then the item ends and it goes to the next item. So it looks like we have the floor session tomorrow, starting with Atari Pac-Man.
Sweet mother. That's all I can say about this. Sweet mother.
And this is an awesome version of the game. It is a later release. They changed the artwork and made Pac-Man look so nice. But he didn't want to eat ghosts. But they actually took the cover, this artwork and the cover, I don't know where this artwork was originally, but they used it on the Sears Telegames release of Pac-Man. So when Atari was sold to Warner or whatever, not Warner, this is like 80, 87, it says 86, 85. When it turned into Atari Corporation, not Atari Inc., they changed the artwork to this circa 1987. And it's always been a hard one to find, a hard variant to find.
That grade is ridiculous.
Yeah, arguably better looking cover than the original cover too.
If we had Atari Pops, I would look that up, and my God, that has to be top.
I had a 9.2 I sold on Heritage, and I wish I'd kept that one, actually.
That is just wild.
Yeah. Highlight a couple others here real quick off the top. The Adventure Islands are great. They're both oval seals. Island 2 only came oval seal, but that is a beautiful grade.
Do you want me to just sort this by high?
No, that's okay, because I like this right now. We can sort it by high, but I love Arch Rivals. God, I want that game. Looks like maybe you bid on it, Matt, and you're outbid. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, probably. Sorry, I bid on a lot of these games. Yeah, I'm logged in, so you can see what I'm tracking and bidding. It doesn't matter. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, Arch Rivals is awesome. Really, NBA Jam 1. They just had no license back then from the NBA to make it, but it is that style of game based on the arcade smash hit, or just Smash. But one of those games I remember as a kid. I love this title. Absolutely love it. And I do not own a copy. So we'll see how this one goes. You can sort by highest if you want. I just want to talk about Arch Rivals.
Okay. I was gonna say there's enough games in here that it might be, because you're gonna. I mean,
yeah, there are a lot of games in here. Oh my God, Sonic is 98A plus sitting at $200,000. Holy!
What do you think this is honestly going to end at? I mean, you're not going to see that. I just don't see this grade happening again.
I thought it was going to hit around 600-700.
Actually, what am I saying?
Yeah, let's see how many there are. Let's break it down for the audience members.
I honestly don't know.
All right. 9.8, we got 2 Redwood City addresses. We have 1 Sega Classics and 1 South San Francisco, or no, 2 South San Francisco. So for first black grid Sonic cases, let's just call them what they are right now. Yep. There are 4 graded in 9.8.
Wow.
It doesn't specifically state what the letter grade is, but we know here we have a 9.8 A plus. Can you hop back and let's see which variant this is?
Oh yeah.
If it's a Redwood City or South San Francisco.
Do I have to look on the back?
Yeah. Oh, this is I want to say this is a Redwood City.
It's public whose game this is by now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty sure he said.
Somebody that's been on our show before.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you scroll into that address there, it says Redwood City there.
Yeah, Redwood City.
Yeah. So it's the Redwood City variant of this made in Japan Redwood City. There's like made in China Redwood City. There's assembled in USA or some other crazy nomenclature for where they were made, and then the address. Those are the variants that are tracked here.
So there's 2 and a 9.8 on that.
2 and a 9.8. Yeah. 12 total. Let's look at the bigger picture here. 12 total. We're talking one that's under 6.5, one that is 6.5, and then the rest are 9.0 and above. So you're looking at 10 copies of this in 9.0 or above. You throw in these other variants here. You got 2 there. You get that's Sega Classics. That's K through A variant, which is a goat. You get another Sega Classic. So let's call there's 3 versions here that are the black grid style. You get a South San Francisco with 5 9.0 and above, and then 2 and 10. So that's 12 and 5, 17 copies 9.0 and above on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
We're
not talking about Sonic the douchebag. We're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. So,
and
that's
who's to say that A+ isn't going to be the highest ever?
Whoever pulls out an A++, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't get too hung up on the variant for what came first, what came second. I'd get hung up on the idea that this is a standard release Sonic the Hedgehog. When I say standard, I mean not Sega Classics, which is cool in its own right and its own thing. But this black grid Sonic the Hedgehog is the ticket, and it mainly because the Sonic the Hedgehog was a pack-in game with the Sega Genesis after Altered Beast, and with that there are all these not for resale Sonic the Hedgehogs, and they say it clear as day across the front of them, that came packed in with the system. It wasn't until there was like the Sega core system. Well, maybe it was at the same time, but everybody bought the Sega Genesis and it was packaged with this game. So this game has like this extra layer of rarity based on everybody already having the game with the system. So they weren't going to go out and buy the game by itself. And I guess people owned a Genesis before Sonic was a pack-in, right? So if you owned the Altered Beast version and you wanted to play Sonic, you had to go buy a regular copy of Sonic. And that's probably where these copies came from in some cases.
And
so
where do you think
it's really something
where this is going to land?
I said 600, 700.
Okay.
But if it lands in the 500 to a million, who knows? I think that it's a good buy, whoever gets this. And long term, if you're that person that is investing and speculating in video games, Sonic the Hedgehog is a great item. Yeah. Looks like they got a good little movie franchise going too. So personally for me, this is the game of the auction.
The Metroid
hang tab and a 9.4A+.
That's wild.
Is a killer game. Let's hop back on the pops real quick. I know this is longer than I thought, but
I wanted to as well.
My lord, what a game. Look at that, 71 total, 6 hang tabs. That's about as good as you get. 9.4 and that 9.6 ain't going anywhere. I know that's at. So good luck.
So this is the highest one you're going to see available to you.
Yeah. Wow. What a game. I think Heritage had the 8.5, or maybe it was an 8.0 before this.
Is this the yellow one right here, the classic series?
Yeah.
Must be. Yeah.
I just bought that 8.0. Look at that, Matt.
Nice. I think what's mine? Is mine a 9.4? I forget.
I don't know.
9.2, 9.4. Well, I have one of these two. I thought for sure that there would be a bunch of 9.6, 9.8s in this, but nope.
Yeah, just like I do feel like classic series, anything is fairly hard to find. Like the cover of this game is unreal.
Oh, it's so sick.
But
I'm biased too. So
yeah. That hang tab Metroid is
ridiculous.
In my world, hang tab Metroid should go for 10x a Sonic the Hedgehog, because I think that just it's cardboard, it's hang tab, it's Samus' first Metroid game, one of the first female protagonists in a video game. It's an unreal video game, and it's got a lot going for it. And I'm not trying to pump it up. I just believe in a title like this more than Sonic the Hedgehog even.
Yeah, rarity, popularity, early-ness.
Yeah.
You know, so many people consider the silver series, you know, part of the black box, you know, obviously.
Yeah. And let's put into perspective here how many 9.0 Sonic grids there are. 17, 9.0 and above, right?
Mhm.
How many hang tab total Metroids are there?
What was it?
6. There you,
There you go.
you got one that's 6.5, and you know that one's covered in mold. So we can throw that off the pop report.
Wow.
Damn. Just, I mean, look, think about that. Like, I don't know. Metroid to me is the GOAT.
Yeah.
I love Zelda like every fanboy except Ocarina of Time. I think this is a great title as well.
Sure.
There's only a handful of 9.0 and above round seal reves. There's pop 3 TMs and pop 3 oval R's. So if you want a Zelda, this is really awesome. A Reve round. Let's go look, Matt. Let's go see that pop report. I want to look. I want to use that information. I'm gonna guess.
I wish this thing wasn't popping. Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna guess 8 above a 9.2 and a round seal. Round seal Reve. So let's talk about it real quick. No Reve, no Reve. So we have the TM water screenshots on no Reve round R. That's the registered versus trademark, and that's in the lower right hand corner. But the water screenshots, that literally has a water screenshot that was changed, and so there is a no rev without water screenshots. It has the same screenshot as the back of TM. There are 4 of those, 3 of those. You can call those round Zeldas, or you can call them their own variant. But let's be real here. When we get down to Reve round SOQ, there's 33 graded. There's 4 9.4s. And I know one of those 9.4s is a B plus that people just turn their nose up to because they think they're hot shit. And then there's 5 9.2s. And I don't know if there's any B pluses or lower grades than an A in here. But that 9.2 A plus is one of these. So there's 9 of those total. That's insane.
Wow.
It's Zelda. Like, let's call it what it is. It's fucking Zelda.
I am surprised they didn't pull the Kmart sticker off, but
well, I know whose copy this is. So
I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, that's a Kmart copy.
Okay.
Not my copy. I didn't get this game.
Okay.
But I was part of the deal that acquired this huge collection. And that is not mine. I did not end up with Zelda.
Wow.
So
what a grab.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I expect that to do well.
You want to touch on Madden or just keep moving along?
Sure. Not really.
Okay.
Everybody's pumped for Madden. The last Madden was a cardboard. Essentially the first release of Madden on Genesis. Second release is this strange clamshell. WATA has labeled them promotional copies. They're clamshell Maddens. Let's not try to identify prints. That's my indicator here. I like the idea that it's a clamshell. It's a later release. It's arguably harder to find than the cardboard one based on what has been graded.
So where do you think that something like this might possibly land?
125 to 175.
Okay. That's pretty incredible considering 5 years ago you could probably pick these up for $100. Maybe not.
If you could find one 5 years ago, you couldn't find a sealed Madden. They didn't exist. They don't exist. That's the thing. Like, people weren't looking, and the people that were looking, you couldn't find one.
Yeah, they're already in the hands of collectors.
And then even the collectors were like, yeah, I just got a Madden because I needed it for my collection. Those collectors. I think this lands around $125.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it went for more. I don't think it should be downplayed that it is a second print or a clamshell. It's still sealed Madden. First time Madden was on a console.
I forget, what did the cardboard go for? 3 something?
425.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why maybe my estimate is a little conservative. People all the time get hung up on it's a second print. I don't want that shit. Like, no, it's a rare sealed video game and it still says John Madden Football. For years, I got hung up on the idea that I shouldn't buy any oval seal Zeldas or oval seal Super Mario Brothers, and I really screwed up. So
I would buy this now.
I would buy an oval seal Zelda. I'd buy a classic series Zelda. So
I still remember when the very first Zelda popped off on the very first Heritage auction, and I went on eBay, and there was a exact same copy as this, only it had a dent in the lower right corner, and it was $1,000 sitting on eBay, and I'm like, I should buy that.
did you buy it?
No,
You know who's that was my Zelda that sold in that first Heritage sale.
I knew that, but I immediately
And Matt, I'll tell you what, that Zelda sold, I was blown away. I was like, no way. I sold a classic series Zelda for whatever it sold for. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was like $5 or $6 I thought.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was like, I want to say it was like $2,000, 2,500. Yeah. It was
But
a lot of money for that game.
Yeah, because it was a classic.
And everybody's like, oh man, a normal Zelda doesn't even sell for 1,000.
It should have been an instant go to eBay, click, buy, boom. But I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah. People back then just got on this bandwagon. It's like, oh, they're uneducated. They don't know what it is.
Yep.
It's still Zelda.
And now that one would resell for way more.
10.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it's still high. It was high.
What's this game? You ever play? I don't know if I've ever played this.
Yeah, I think that's the top of the pop on here, right? 968++.
We can check now with pop reports.
Look at us.
This is actually kind of nice. If for nothing else. It's
77 sealed copies graded. But let's see what they are, Matt.
That's more than I thought.
But
that's right. There's player's choice.
Okay, it's not. There are 596s in standard release, 494s, 392s, and 290s.
Wow.
Making this a hell of a hard game to find sealed in nice condition.
Wow. So this is the top of the pop then.
Yeah. Yep. So you don't get swayed by the 71 that are graded, because some are player's choice. So but what's great is there's a 94A+ in the next slot here.
This is a game, arguably, that if you collect video games or you've played video games, you've most likely played this game. You want to talk about iconic games. Here you go.
Right. We can talk about the VGA games here. We got 3 VGA 95s.
I didn't even see them.
Yeah.
Wow, all 95s. Holy crap.
Mario Land and Mario Land.
That is ridiculous.
I don't know which versions they are. Maybe we can look at the photos on the back. Can you click on Mario Land itself? Let's look at the front photo of that first, because that doesn't tell me much other than it's not green screen. So that's a TM Game Boy. See at the top there, it says Game Boy and then TM on the front here.
Yep.
Over here. Yeah. Not next to Super Mario Land, but the word Game Boy.
Oh, over here on the left.
Yeah. You see that little letter that says TM? Right there.
Here.
That's the indicator. So this is either a 3rd or 4th print. Okay. Because the 5th print will turn it into a R.
Okay.
Next to Game Boy. If you can see the size of the box, you can tell what it is, but we can't do that.
Well, I would take any Mario Land in a 95.
Right.
I'm not biased.
I would take this too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't kick it out of bed.
No. What is that? 39. What would this lot go for? This is ridiculous.
I think it's interesting that they're all slotted together.
Yeah, man.
That's interesting. I don't know. Does Heritage normally slot games together that are graded like this?
I thought it was. I thought I heard somebody saying, and this is just hearsay, but I thought the seller wanted them to go together. That's
right. Somebody talked about that last
time.
time.
That was the point. Is so this wasn't a Heritage deal here. This was the seller saying all of them together. That's my understanding. I could be completely wrong, but
interesting.
It's ridiculous nonetheless. 395s. I don't care at what point you've sent games in the VGA. 95 is so ridiculously hard to get. My God.
Alrighty then. There's a 968++ Mario 64. Based on the information on the WATA population, there are not a lot of them graded. Prior to popular belief, there are also, there are 31 copies. Oh, that's Mario Kart. Let's go to Mario 64. There are 81 made in Japan's. When I say made in Japan, let's call standard release. That's what WATA has it on here. 3, 5, 7, 5, so 10, 17, 29 copies, 9.0 and above.
Wow. I don't, and
398s are whatever.
I think those are all spoken for, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's getting those. Just FYI. So this is going to be probably your top opportunity at not paying $1 million for a Super Mario 64.
I think this thing's going to sell well. I don't know where it's going to land, but it's 300.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful copy. A++ is a beauty.
Yeah, it's a beauty fish.
A beauty fish. Oh man, let's talk about Clue Land. Come on, let's talk
about Black. Oh, what? I didn't even know this was in here.
Oh, this is legit.
This is
legit. You know how legit this is?
Ridiculous.
I bought the moldy copy off of Comic Connect when it was for sale. That's how legit Hang Tab Clue Land is. I wanted a copy, and I didn't want to pay 20 grand for one. And this thing should go for way fucking more.
God, this is so crazy.
I love Clue Land, man.
This
was a hard CIB to get back.
Obviously, it gets crazier if you were to get in the sticker variants, but I mean, good luck.
Yeah, well, I know where every single copy of this game is right now. So,
well, that's pretty easy when there's only 4 graded.
Yeah, the 7.0 matte is within a collector's hand. The 9.0 is in another collector's hand that I know personally. The 6.5 and below is the one that I purchased. And then the 9.4 is right here in the auction. So
this is the highest graded Clue Land in WATA.
Obviously, this is insane. And if people don't understand the importance of like black box and all that shit, don't understand the importance of seeing a game like Clue Land and 9.4A plus, it's just a beautiful, beautiful sealed copy, or the importance of seeing a game like Metroid Hang Tab. Those games do not come around in this condition. Like I can't speak how important it is in the condition on these two games. It's ungodly that they're together in this auction.
Yeah, this
Land is nuts, man.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars right here would be.
Yeah, but I bet this thing doesn't crack much about 50 or 60.
That's honestly wild. That is wild. I mean,
wow. It's because it's a really strange esoteric game, right? It never got a release past NES, the NES TM on the front. So every version is Hang Tab. And they didn't make any more after that.
Man, this is just nuts.
Some cool shit though.
Wow.
Madden football. Look at that. 9.6A plus. The 85 plus sold on Golden for 60 grand. I think this thing is going to move tomorrow. I think this thing could go upwards of 100. Wow. I believe in John Madden football on Super Nintendo. I think they have graded less Madden footballs on Super Nintendo than they have on Sega Genesis. So granted, John Madden football on Sega Genesis came out first, but let's not get concerned here because they've only graded 10 of them. Oh my God.
Wow. 10. What was this? Is 9.6? So this is the top of the pop.
Top of the pop. Wow. That 85 plus went on Golden. I'm not trying to dog VGA. It had definitely had some sort of wouldn't have been a 9.6. It was a nice pop.
9.4, 9.2 maybe.
It looked like a 9.2 to me in the holder when I was looking at it. And maybe I didn't see something, but
wow.
Damn.
So you're potentially this is one of the highest graded.
Yeah, there's no reason that this shouldn't be sitting up around the clamshell Madden when it ends. Realistically, it's Super Nintendo, it's John Madden, it's EA. Let's go, baby.
I know. Just it's sad because I'm skipping. I know I'm going to skip over games here that are just huge games, but there's so much in this auction.
Let's look real quick. There's we can skip over Mario. I'm sick of Mario. Let's look at Turtles in Time. 9.8A plus. Right. Look at this again. That sucker's not coming around too often. We don't have to go look at the pops, Matt. There's like 4.
Okay.
We got a championship edition rental exclusive. That's rad. But let's keep going.
I can't wait to watch that because I have
3 graded by WATA. Just
wow. Another Contra 92A. We've seen that. We'll see.
We got another 9.8 Turtles going. Uh, not a lot of those either.
Chrono.
The Pokemon Crystal was kind of an eye opener for me. They've graded 30 copies of this game. I figured they would have graded a lot. I figured it would have been like the other Pokemon, that they would have graded at least 100, right? 30 sealed copies of Crystal.
Wow.
So, real interesting.
Chrono Trigger. Stoke up some stories there.
Getting triggered.
So Matt Sticker 8-0. Wow.
Yeah, it's a nice copy.
Wow.
All right. There's an NFR Halo, Matt. Looks like you're outbid on.
I may be.
Sorry,
I bid on that. That's okay.
That's a nice one, right?
How
there.
am I not going to bid on this? I mean, I don't have a pop report for this, but I can
safely say that it's a game that somebody should buy.
I can safely say that this is going to be in the top 3, top 4,
top 5 most important game of all time.
Top 5 grades you'll ever see of this. How about
well,
that?
Sure. But as far as video games go in history,
oh God, yeah,
it goes Doom, and then Halo.
I'd say it's in the top 10 for sure. It'd have to be.
I would say top 5.
Right.
I think it's too important to overlook what it has done for gaming moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, they even have a TV show for it now, or a series. It's fantastic. I like it.
Strictly gaming, I think it's just what I said. It's too important to look over what it did for gaming moving forward. It really just transformed everything.
Yep. Yeah. You're not, even though you've seen so many of these, not even so many, even though you've seen pretty much most of the top copies of this specifically in the last, I'd say year and a half.
Yeah, Matt, talk to us about Halo really quick. Let's go 2017. There's no WATA. Up until that point, you've been a Halo collector and you're crazy, right? And I think it's just stupid as fuck. Why are you collecting modern shit? I can't get behind it. And then I had an epiphany one day. But tell me about Halo in those years when you were a collector, before there was people dying to get a copy of this.
Well, I mean, I fell so in love with Halo 3 when my friends got me hooked on Halo back in.
I thought it was Halo 4, Matt.
Oh, yeah, my bad. No, that's Eric. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, Eric loves Halo 4.
Yeah,
Dan Kaplan told me.
Huge fanboy. But I started collecting Halo. I realized around 2010, after I'd been playing Halo 3 for a bit, I was like, I got to start buying these things. So I started buying Halo in 2010, created a small group of us in 2011 ish. And so no one had there was very little information about Halo because it was still fairly a new game. So we created a group. We started figuring it out on our own, just buying literally everything. And through that, over I don't know, a handful of years, we realized how crazy hard this one specifically was to find. There's a few others too. I would definitely say Halo 3 Pontiac, good luck. And then there's maybe 1 or 2 more, but those 2 are definitely in the tops. So when I decided I wanted one of these, there was a group of 4 of us specifically that were just hardcore buying anything Halo. One of us had the NFR. Actually, there was two people that had the NFR, but we think the one was a reseal. So he kind of discounted that one. So there was 2 NFRs in this group of 4 of us, and we were looking for years. I ended up waiting 5 to 7 years to find my very first NFR sealed copy. 5 years of looking. Yeah. And then randomly within that year, a few popped up. And then when I decided to let one go at the very first Heritage auction, I was convinced 96A, I think I sold. It was my under copy. I had 2 eventually, and I regret that kind of, but I At the time it was the biggest Halo sale ever. So, it is what it is. But
It was 10 grand. It was a lot of money, Matt.
Yeah, but it
Let's
was,
not kid ourselves in where we are with collectibles, right? And in video games.
I waited forever, forever. And even back then, we were expecting to pay anywhere from $1,000 to $7,000, depending on condition. I mean, we just knew that. It was just, it's wild.
That is wild. I think that it is, it shouldn't be overstated that the game is the variant in the game, the version. This is essentially the first print of Halo.
Yeah.
Because it was sold specifically to employees. It is really, really hard to find.
And people ask, I do get people asking me, and I can't, I don't want to verify it 100%. I'm that this was a launch copy, and they got them either the day of or the night before. That's really what it comes down to.
So before the system was released.
Exactly. So when people are asking me, well, what was first? It honestly doesn't matter, even if it was released in conjunction with the standard black box, which it had to have been.
And I don't think we should ever, just look at the two games as their own thing, because this regular Combat Evolved isn't equally as rare, but it is equally as important of the title of the version.
Yeah, I would definitely look at this as don't think of which came first, this or the black label. I would more look at it as most likely at the exact same time. I would just assume that. And
the only reason I like to call this first is the spine code is 01, right? Instead of 02.
Yeah, well, I think they're both 01s.
Oh, really?
Or not 01s, but 99991.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna look.
But even with that said, this is basically, we'll just assume, or I'm just going to assume or say, that could be disproven in the future, that they're both basically the same time. But this is the harder variant.
Period. Yeah. So what I'm talking about, Matt, is, so here's a CIB of this stupid game. What I'm talking about is on the spine here. Oh, you see NFR.
Yep.
The spine here, it's 01. When it doesn't say that on the side, it says 02 right there.
I could pull up a.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. So essentially, it says, "Hey, this is 1. Next one is 2."
Do you not have a black box on hand?
I do. No, I don't. I just have a couple Game of the Years over there.
I do. Give me a second.
Okay, let's give Matt a second while he goes and grabs out of his Halo stash that he's been hoarding for the last 8 years. I think it's super important. I hope he can hear me. Takes his headphones out. Anyway, this podcast is brought to you by absolutely jack shit. And we just like to talk about video games. We talk about sealed games a lot. We talk about graded games a lot. And I know that not everybody likes that shit, but I like to get on here and talk about what I like to talk about. And I don't really care if you don't like it. So, Matt, I'm got a interesting audience here. Did he put me on mute? No. All right.
I take that back. It's buried.
Okay, I carried that whole conversation right now, telling people that if they didn't like what they were hearing here, that they could go away.
Did you really carry the conversation?
Yeah, you can listen to it later.
Okay. I'll just go back to share screen. Anyway, let me pull this up. The point is I'm a Halo fanboy, so I'm gonna be bullish on this. But I think long term, even with the high sales, I think they'll dip down, a little bit. Like the last one of these we saw sell was right at 100K.
Now long term, somebody that wants to buy it as an investable item asset, is that what you think this is a good buy for? Or long term, you want to just put on your collection, and then when you die, your kids can sell at a garage sale. Long term.
long term, I'm extremely bullish. I think 100K is definitely fair and reasonable.
I think it's soft, actually.
If I had the 100K, I would at the moment I would go ahead and put it down on this one.
Yeah, people are gonna go, oh, why? It's in a DVD case. It's so dumb. It's not like cardboard.
I'd do it.
condition is easier. Like,
I wouldn't even
shut the
question
fuck
it.
up.
I,
Let's look at it. It's Halo. That's it. Halo. It could be a disc only, and it's Halo.
and I would be even more bullish if I didn't already have a copy. So, but yeah,
I wish I had a sealed copy.
And there's only becoming more people looking for them. And anyway, I'm talking too much about Halo here.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about Round Seal Tecmo Bowl.
Ooh,
isn't that insane?
What about the Hang Tab Wild Gunman?
You know what was funny? I was surprised at how many Wild Gunmen were sealed and graded.
Really?
Yeah. I want to say it was like 12.
Wow.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I didn't even look because I just
don't 11. See 11. But there's a couple Rev. There's one Rev. Rev is the rare version of this game.
Hang Tab. There's one. No.
There's 8. There's 9 sealed Hang Tab copies of this game.
10 Hang Tabs. 10 Hang Tabs. One.
Well, let's call Gloss Sticker its own little bitch. So,
sorry, Gloss. Yeah. 9.
9 copies of that. The Rev A.
Wow.
Looks like the hard one to find, the Round Seal Rev A copy.
Yeah, but there's only 3 at a 9.4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wow.
So this is one of the 9.0s.
Oh, 9.0. So
yeah. Can we click on it? Actually, let's talk about it real quick.
To me, as a longtime collector, this is nuts to me.
Let's look at the back of this picture here.
It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah. So under the plastic hanger, there's a hang tab living under there. Beautiful copy. Look at that. Son of a gun. Okay.
This is a collector's game right there.
It's a collectible hang tab game. It's a beauty. Launch NES right there.
All right, we'll look at the Tecmo Bowl 92A plus. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. I think Wild Gunman has its place. Doesn't Marty McFly play Wild Gunman in Back to the Future 2? Yes, he does. I'm not wrong.
Tecmo Bowl.
Dang, look at those round seals.
Round
5.
9.2. There's 2. Wow, 5 total. That's
ridiculous. 5. There's 5 round seals. It's a 928 plus. There's 194. I'll tell you what right now. If you want a Tecmo Bowl
round,
get it. This is a first print Tecmo Bowl. This is a game right here.
I still remember when I got mine graded and I thought it was trash because it came back a 9.4.
Talk about, do you have a round seal or an oval?
I have oval.
Okay, I was gonna say you have that game.
No, I do not have the top.
Okay,
I would be.
Yeah, God, this game, man.
Who doesn't know
all the NES games in the world, even over Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 3, Tetris. This game has the most replayability on the system. And I'll take that to the grave. Like, I could sit here and play this game over and over again all day long. It is fun as shit.
Yeah.
And to do it on 8-bit, man, what a classic.
Such a great game. And yeah, it's just
Bo Jackson that shit up and just run over everybody.
Or the last one. So the last one was a 9.4.
9.4 oval seal sold for $144,000.
Good God.
That was okay. I'll say right now, on the record, that is a fucking crazy price.
Sure. It's 2 people going at it. That's what it was.
I wouldn't have been as surprised if a round seal had done that. But for an oval seal, somebody's just looking at this game as this is Tecmo Bowl. I get it. I do, because there's not a lot of sealed copies of it, right? But if you're looking at rarity, let's put our video game collector hat on here. Sealed collector hat. Tecmo Bowl is the shit.
So
a round seal is the shit. They are very rare.
What are you predicting that this lands at?
70 to 100.
Okay.
I love it.
So the person who got outbid last time will likely be the winner this time.
If Tecmo Bowl oval seal is going to regularly sell for $144,000, this thing should be going for 500.
I was going to say 2, but okay, whatever.
But it's not going to. And it's not that I want it to go for 500 either. I don't think it. I think the other one was out of control. I think the other one probably should have tapped out around high point 75, but it just kept.
There's only 31 graded.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's only 18 9.0 and above.
When we say graded, we're strictly talking about WATA. We're not talking about games that you know, games that have been cracked.
True. I will say for sure there's VGA.
It's still
copies.
just not a very big number. So before you get high and mighty in comments ever anywhere on Facebook, shut the fuck up for a minute and just realize the game is a rare game. And get off your high horse and saying something's been crossed, their data is inaccurate. You're just a douchebag. Get over yourself.
I don't think anybody watching this is doing that, but
well, maybe they're not doing it here, but they're doing it everywhere on the internet, and they're just
true.
That's not the point of any of this shit. Like, okay, good, they cracked it out of a water holder and they graded it somewhere else, and now it's in another holder. It should be taken off the pop. We talked about that.
Yep.
But stop it. Like, stop being a dick. Be nice to people, because then I'm just going to complain about you.
Oops. What else?
What else? Is insane. Like
the game. It's hard.
Every game is 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand. Like, look at what world we live in. Like,
God, that's a perfect.
What an insane opportunity for people to make some real life-changing money if they have a game, you know. And if you're going to be a fanboy and bitch about shit, like, you're not living in the real world. If you have a game on your shelf and you're complaining that games are inaccessible, but you have one on your shelf and it's worth $10,000, fucking sell that shit. Do it. Remodel your basement that your wife's complaining about. Do something. Stop being a.
Josh is talking third person here.
I just can't. I'm sick of people. I read comments on Facebook all day, and I'm not even upset anymore. I'm just disappointed in people because they're sad.
I can't read Facebook comments.
Okay, I can. I hate it.
It's.
Let's scroll. Let's go look at PlayStation. I don't care about Sega.
9.0C just sitting down there at 6K. Just saying.
See, 9.0s, right? How many 9.0 and above? Well, there's one that's a C. Look at that shit, right?
Man.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not a Super Nintendo Mini either. So.
Wow. Yeah, I was like, oh, is that a Mini? I forgot. I keep forgetting that there's VGA in here. I'm just like, what?
Oh, dude, there's just a 9.4A Halo chilling.
Woo.
Oh, don't worry about it. There's a hang tab Urban Champion next to that. Forget about it.
What the?
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Oh my God.
Talk about the game that just might fly under the radar.
Wow.
The grade that everybody thinks is not very good. The 8.5B plus.
We have a friend that sold one in a similar many years ago for more than this.
What is the, let's look at that population, because Urban Champion is a rare video game. Sealed.
Urban, they've only graded 4.
And one's Rev A, right? Oh, it is. Oh, there's 3 hang tabs on the population report.
There's two gloss.
And 2 of them are one gloss.
One gloss, one hang tab. So this is one of 2 in this.
The 9.4 is the Carolina collection. That's Dane's old copy, the Rev A. God dang, man.
Holy shit.
The shape of the auction is Urban Champion.
There's 4. There you go. Don't look at the grade.
That's a hang tab.
Understand the game.
There's probably a few VGAs. Of course, I know there are a few VGAs.
It's hang tab black box.
Doesn't mean there's 20 of them.
9.8A plus. Good God. Who just like grabbed their collection and dumped it on here?
I would love that, but I got myself a 7.5B plus on that thing, and I'm okay.
Man, the amount of craziness in this thing is. I mean, we could go on for hours with this, but we can't. Really, we literally can't.
Yeah, let's scroll really quick and just see where we land. Let's go.
Sorry, I have to look at this.
Of course you do.
Biased. Wait,
Uh,
is this okay? It's not hang tab, but
No,
still.
but it is sealed kung fu. I fortunately I don't have to. I don't have to buy a kung fu mat.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have to look at it then.
I want to talk about it.
First print Game Boy.
No,
Second.
that is not a first print Game Boy. I'll if you click on it, I'll explain it to you.
Second print
We'll look at the back. Let's find out. That's a second print Game Boy.
because of yellow.
Yeah, it's the first print is yellow screenshots on the front and back. The side screenshots are yellow and different. And this kid here playing the Game Boy with the other kid, that is the same photo. The first print will lack this in the lower right hand corner where it says DMG1. That's what it says. It won't have that on the first print. Second print is this right here. Third print, this screenshot changes to different kids with a blue background, I think wearing red sweaters, and DMG1 is still there. So those are your Game Boy launch system prints.
Wow, that was great info. What's the staining going on right here?
Somebody dropped it in some acetone, I think, tried to clean it, did some dumb shit with it. I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
This is grade on it.
This is an 85. That's why.
85?
Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking this was like 85 plus or something. I was like, what's going on there?
Got some staining on that, and it's an 85. I don't know about that. Let's see. Let's go with this.
I believe it. Let's
Okay.
believe.
A nice copy. Is it? Ugh.
Yeah.
Is that some mold growing on there?
It might be on the surface of the it could that's not reflection, I don't think.
Maybe it is reflection. There's some look up under here by the A on the allows, the connecting cable allows. There's some shit in this packaging.
And it might be on the plastic though, because
it could have been cleaned off, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe this is 85 plus. No, I see some.
Yeah, it's got some corners. I'm surprised that's an 85. It looks like it with some gunk and dirt on it. They typically would 80 that shit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice looking Game Boy. Let's not get too picky here in the grade and the condition. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to get negative about shit.
All right. Well, I mean, I'd still buy it. Don't get me wrong.
I got one. I'm good. I don't need one. I have the third print. So I don't need that one.
Punch out, no big deal.
Dang, maybe I'll be able to get a punch out again. I'd like that.
Oh,
Wrap Jam.
God.
Wrap Jam. WATA 10 A++.
Oh.
Let's go. It's at $3,300. I think Jonas sold this on Facebook.
And then they sent it in here.
5, and the person bought it and just sent it to Heritage. So
didn't Jonas say what he sold it for?
I thought it was 5 or 6.
Yeah, I thought it was 6.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. Is this the first WATA 10 on Heritage?
Yeah, and it's the first WATA 10. No, I think there was a couple others that came up on eBay with buy it now. It's not open auction, but open auction, first 10, any game. That's interesting. Wow. Hope to see more stuff like this.
You might.
That's like Raft basketball. That came out on PC as well. Let's throw a little game knowledge on that. You can rap and fight in a video game and play basketball.
Imagine like a big game in a 10 though.
Yeah, like a Bomberman 64.
Like anything like that. Yeah, I'm not saying this isn't bad compared to any of the other.
Sure. It's Rap Jam.
Isn't there Kung Fu, or no, not Kung Fu, but Karate 10? That was the very first 10 ever given by WATA.
Oh, Karate Kid. Yeah. Karate Kid is like, that would be the 10 I want.
Oh, I thought it was Karate. Just Karate. NES.
There's no Karate, just NES. Are you thinking Karate Champ?
Yeah.
No. It's Karate Kid.
Oh, you're not kidding me. Holy crap.
Yeah. It's a real beauty. And then there's the Wolverine 10. That would I'd take I'd take the Karate Kid 10.
Well, what I'm saying is one of those two would likely
or
dwarf
the Bomberman 10 that some lucky Canadian has.
What? Bomberman from NES?
Yeah, we'll just leave that alone. No, for 64.
Oh, some lucky Canadian, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yeah.
Man, he even has a gap behind him.
Yep. It's lapping fools. Okay, let's wrap this up here,
Yeah,
Matt.
let's
We
wrap it up.
touched on a lot of things.
We want to touch
You
on
just gonna
one.
scroll. Let's scroll
Wait a minute.
up, scrolly.
Golden
Golden
Axe.
Axe 2 is
Yeah.
really rare. Fantastic little franchise. Golden Axe 1 is impossible sealed. Golden Axe 2 is really rare.
Yep.
I expect that to clear 10 all day.
I agree.
Damn, what's that T2 at right now? Go up.
I knew you were going to say
Oh, it's a 9.8. Oh, but man, that motherfucker.
3,100.
He's never coming back on this show again.
He's never going to watch this to know that you just.
I hope he watches this.
Wow.
Later. Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Plus or 9.8 plus.
I'd go with sadly, I'd probably go with that.
Not me.
Ooh.
But I got one already. That's a nice game.
That's a nice copy.
NBA Jam.
Interesting.
A hang tab 9-2 CIB Castlevania. Ooh.
Wow. It's already at $2,600.
It's a real honey of a game right there, Clark.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up here.
Yeah, we should. Star Fox Super Weekend. Oh my God, there's a lot of video games in this auction. Super Double Dragon. I was the underbidder on that one that was up for auction last week, and God damn it,
that was $2K or something.
that was a good price.
Yeah,
I should have bought that.
I was shocked when it was sitting lower for so long, and then I was like, "Oh wow, this is going to sell for like 1,000," and then it.
Yeah, well, whoever got it, sorry. Oh, look at that Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City. I love that game. That's a tough game to get sealed.
Take what you
not a sports video game, a platformer. That's a pretty good platformer. Battle Chodes.
Hey, this looks familiar.
Hey, was that yours?
This might have been the one they bought from me.
I don't think there's any other A5s. Damn. And they just sent it right to auction. Look at them.
Weird. What did I misspell here? Oh, I'm in 64.
Hey, Katana. Oh, garbage.
I'm in 64. That's why.
Cardi Warriors 8. Oh, there's 2 8.5s. Huh.
Oh, so it might not have been mine.
Wouldn't that be something?
Weird. That would have been random. Okay, never mind. That might not be mine.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably stop there. I could scroll forever and be like, oh God.
Let's go to the very bottom, see what the last thing is. Just give it some love. Okay, maybe not. Elevator action. What? Look at elevator action just chilling. 8.0, 8 plus. This ends tomorrow. So it's not day 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Day 1.
Day 1. Dang, Gina. Okay. It's a tough game to get sealed. Majesco garbage. Ninja 5.0, 968 plus plus. Sparkster. There's some just stuff's gonna slip a little under the radar. Look at that Mario Picross 988 plus plus. Let's go look at the pop on that sucker. Wow. That game is very hard to get sealed.
Game Boy
Mario title sealed 988 plus plus. That's insane. I want that game. 3 graded 198, 196, and 180.
Top of the pop.
Wow, that's a beauty. That thing's awesome.
Beauty fish.
Oof.
Sorry. Games that I favor.
Bionic Commando is great.
I'll be curious to see where that lands actually.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Okay.
Right, scroll up. Let's do one more game. And then share a couple wins you got, Matt.
Okay. Sounds good. Ooh.
Oh, damn. There's a 9.8 Indiana Jones, 9.4.
Ooh. Plus even.
Yeah, I bought the last one that was on Heritage. I'm okay with it. It's a tough game to get. Jeez. Wampum 9.48 plus. Okay, let's wrap it up. I gotta get some shit done.
Yep.
Sorry.
So do I. Stop share. There we go. Okay.
Did you pick anything cool up?
I got a couple of cool things. Speaking of Halo, kind of win, kind of not, just because it doesn't have like the case. I got the double. Sorry if I
Oh,
was bidding against somebody else.
not me.
Some of the old gold. I do believe this was PC beta, but typically these came in the jewel cases, and they had
Mhm.
the code on the back. I didn't even pay attention when I bought this that it didn't have the code, but I don't care. It's still
Still rad.
finite number. My friend Eric hooked me up with this, which is a 2005 press kit that had Modern Warfare 2 on it. And since I'm a big Modern Warfare 2 fan, this is basically a press kit for that game and others as well. Stoked about that. And then I'm really stoked about
Oh,
this.
little
Um,
upgrade.
it's not a little upgrade. I think what was mine, like a 3.0 or a 3.5 or something, some beauty fish. Little upgrade, but I'm really excited because I paid the seller what they asked for. And of course, after it was sold, he emailed me and mentioned that somebody else had suggested that it's worth a lot more.
Mhm.
And never actually threw a figure at him. He just let me know, and he said, "You know what? I'm an honest guy, and this is what I sold for. And I hope if you want to turn around and sell it for money, I hope you make money on it." And I said, "No, I'm not. It's going to my collection, so I'm not making anything on it." So I appreciate good sellers. I appreciate people who are honest and true to their word. And like I said, and I'll be true to my word, this is staying in my collection. I may let the 3.0, 3.5 go. But that's an
Mhm.
upgrade, and I'm stoked. So
Looks nice. That's a tough one to get. I got a couple games. Um,
okay,
these showed up. These are beautiful, really cool. Sunsoft second releases of Final Fantasy Legends 1 and 2. I bought these because of this really cool Game Boy Color sticker.
yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, they're awesome. Now Sunsoft has two releases. There's like the 98 release, and these are not the 98 release. I figured they would have been. These are the first republished versions of them. But they must have been dead stock left over in the store when the Game Boy Color came out. So they came through and slapped Game Boy Color on them. Really, really cool.
That's
I
awesome.
I bought them seriously. I bought them for the sticker on the front, and I'm gonna try to get these $29.99 price stickers off.
You bought them for $30?
No, I bought them on eBay. They were like 200 each or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They
I
were
thought,
they were open auction. I bought them. They're awesome. Weird sticker variants. Big props to Drew Kearns on Facebook, buddy from up north, up by Beaverton area. Goes to the Portland show all the time. Handheld collector. He sent me a link to this, and I'm like, why aren't you buying or offering on? He's like, I'm trying to save money. So I sent an offer on this. It was listed as the Majesco version. This is definitely not the Majesco version of Sonic Spinball for Game Gear. General audience rating version, really hard to find. Sealed. Didn't pay a lot. Got a Madden 64 that needs a little cleaning, but it was cheap. And I got all sorts of shit. I got a Journey Escape, bought it because Journey is the shit. Sealed for Atari 2600.
oh, okay.
Wrestling 2 because it seemed too cheap. And Game and Watch Gallery 3 for Game Boy Color. Pretty hard to find. I kept getting other shit too, but those were some nice highlights that I picked up recently. Yeah, and I gotta hop off here, Matt. So let's.
No worries. I mean, we would
We
have
we
had
actually didn't have time for Dan today, did we?
no. We asked him, and he was
Okay.
gonna pop on last second, but he was busy trying to log into his old Nintendo Age account.
Yeah. If he wants Jeff Meyer's number, I got it. Maybe we could text it to him.
Yeah.
Get on. So.
Yep. He might still be trying. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's busy. Otherwise, he would have came on.
Yeah. Busy Dan. Better than Simple Jack.
This is busy. Wow. Okay. day.
Wow. Oh yeah, we should probably go.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
We'll
thanks
see
everyone
you.
again. We appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.